Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and this video I've got two replays for you on the AMX 1357, which is being released again today as part of the D-Day anniversary, and there will be 15% discount on this tank. There's going to be a number of tanks coming out from tier 6 to 8, and this is going to be one of them. So as usual, we'll look at the statistics on this tank. So the top speed on this tank is 70.46 kilometers per hour. Top reverse speed is 26.57. Internal fire chance of 20%. Your 890 hit points, and your view range is 499 meters. Your still concealment is, well, still and moving, is 261.37 meters. The gun, you've just got a 57mm gun, and it's got a gun depression of 6 degrees. The reload time is 12.97 seconds. You've got accuracy 0.30 meters, aim time of 2.12 seconds, and this has a 1 second intra-clip reload, and you just carry two shell types, which is AP and APCR. Your penetration value on your standard is 143, with the premium being at 151. The armor damage, you're doing about 90 hit points per shot, and yeah, shell velocity is 1,100, and on your premium 1,400. Sorry, that was difficult to get out. And the armor spec on this, there is absolutely nothing. It's a standard light tank. You've got your engine and fuel tank at the front, with two fuel tanks at the rear. You've also got, well, we'll look when we see it, is the ammo type, the ammo racks, should I say. You've got the rear of the turret on the left and right hand side, and then you've got them dotted in the middle, towards the front and the rear, the floor pan, and left and right at the rear of the tank. So as for equipment, I run camo net, optics, and traction system. You'll notice as well, in the consumables have actually dropped to health kit, and I run octane fuel. Now the reason I do this is because the mobility on this, it's not great. It's quite sluggish. So to get to its max speed, I sort of opted for those to improve that as much as possible, just to get up to the top speed as quickly as possible. So on the perks, I run ball and leader, rapid reload, 6th sense, camouflage expertise, steady aim, silent driving, muffled shot, situational awareness, and green thumb. Now this crew is probably from a medium or tank destroyer, so I would actually drop silent driving, and I would put another camouflage perk on, or gun perk, to be fair, because silent driving is absolutely useless on light tanks. I just literally just realised that, but it's a crew I've swapped over from something else, I think from my Foch. So yeah, in effect I've got a perk that's just absolutely useless on this tank, but never mind. Yeah, like I say, don't use silent driving, swap it out for something else. Anyway, we go on the first replay here, and we are on Serene Coast. We are top tier, with quite favourable matchmaking actually. There's only a few TSMs. Now I'm just gonna perch up here, and I'm gonna get shots off on the cross. I'm not gonna go sort of full-blown spot mode, just because this map is quite small. I don't want to get caught out, and our light tank has already just decided to sort of YOLO over, so I just didn't really see the point in myself going YOLOing over at the same time. Now you'll see here, obviously I've got full APCR loaded, but even sort of penning the sides of heavily armoured tanks, such that Banana Buster, obviously the APCR, the penetration value drops off over distance, so that doesn't help either. But I think even with the AP, I would struggle to pen the side of that Banana Buster, and that's one downside of this tank, is the penetration values. You will struggle when you start, when you see tanks such as the IS, the ISM, heavily armoured TSMs, and also heavily armoured, when you start sort of fighting tiers above you, you know, this can actually see tier 9s as well. So you know, you're going to struggle with those as well. You know, you struggle with your heavily armoured, heavy tanks, you know, your boxy mediums and stuff like that. At tier 8 and tier 9, so that's something to sort of bear in mind. You know, when you play this tank, when you are bottom tier, you know, can play as a standard light tank. Obviously, going and spotting, you should be able to do that. But you need to be careful. Obviously, the downside of this as well is the acceleration is quite sluggish. The power to rate isn't that great, so yeah, it takes a while to get up to its top speed. So bear that in mind if you are playing that sort of bottom tier or that spotting role. Play it a bit more passive rather than an aggressive scout. So yeah, that's just sort of highlighting the downsides in this tank. The good aspect is it does have good view range. The main thing for me with this tank is this gun. This gun has it's like a pew pew gun really. It's, you know, you don't do much damage, but the reload is insane. You know, you're not on reload for very long. You know, you see there just under 13 seconds we've fully reset a clip of 8 shells, and then you know, we just go in and we just wrap them off like a machine gun. Accuracy on the move is not too bad, it's okay, but you know, really you want to, if you're going to sort of go in and unload your clip, you want to sort of try and get close. You know, you can see shots like that just randomly miss. That light tank has clearly had enough of our shenanigans that has come in. The Lassie 1375, yeah, he's got a bit more alpha, but not as rapid into clip reload as what we have, and also not as many shells. So yeah, we've just gone on a bit of a mad rampage here. It's been quite a quick video, and that's one thing that sort of tends to happen with this tank at these sort of you know, top tier, is obviously the games do disappear quite quickly just because of the nature of you know, sort of lower tiers. You know, usually it's, you know, a lot of tanks with really good rate of fire, which is why sort of the games kind of just disappear quite quickly. We got this T-3488 here. We can take a shot if we needed to. However, he fluffs the shots, and we managed to unload our clip and take him out for our 4th kill of the game. So yeah, there wasn't really much commentary on the gameplay there. I just wanted to actually talk about the tank itself. But yeah, we finish that result on a high. We come sort of top of the board, just under 2k damage with 4 kills and 2.3 or just over 2.3 assisted there. You can see we've rattled off 31 shots as well. We pick up the first class there, and yeah, that was a bit of a chaotic scenery, but we're going to jump straight into the second replay now, where we're on Fietful Ridge, and again, you know, we're top tier, it's good matchmaking, so it's fairly balanced. I think it's a lot more 6s in this one. And yeah, now here I'm gonna go over to the left hand side, and this is where I'm gonna actually just sort of play more of a active spotting role, or you know, sort of try and get up close to do some spotting. I mean, like any light tank, you're always best to conserve your hit points, you know, for as long as possible. You know, you can go and do your spots obviously early doors, try and spot crosses and stuff like that, but the minute those crosses have been lit, and you know, if you're in sort of a bit of a precarious situation, then it's best to just get out there, save your hit points, and then you can, you know, just sort of float around and see what you can get opportunities of shots on, and then end game is where you can then sort of start doing more spotting for your team. So anyway, we see this 15-16, this has gone a bit mad and wild, and it's just running on our light tank. We got a few shots in, we're going on reload, and we're now just going to tuck underneath this ridge here with this, yeah, with my friendly light tank. Artillery is trying to aim at us, so we're just sort of weaving in and out, just trying to avoid that guy. You can see a AMX 13, I think that's another 57 there. which we managed to get a little bit of assist from. He then backs off because again he knows that that's a bit of a perilous situation, so he gets out there. See his tank destroyer on our left, so I'm gonna try and see if there's potentially an opportunity. However, I'm not gonna go rushing in because I don't want to throw my hit points away. I don't know what's camping at the back of their base there. Usually there's tank destroyers camping there along with artillery, so I don't want to risk going YOLOing up on this ridge not knowing what there is. There's obviously this T-34-88 as well, which we don't want to take a hit from because 3 shots from that guy will pretty much be a one shot or dead. So he's got quite a punchy gun, so I don't want to take any shots off that guy. So I'm just biding my time, just looking around, seeing what opportunities there are. There's this light tank yodeling around. I'm potentially thinking I'm going to sort of go to see if we can get him out. The T-34-88 takes a hit, and I take this opportunity to try and see if I can maybe feather this shot in, but unfortunately I don't, and I'm not going to hang around to get shot again. I'm just sort of going to pull back. However, see that back ridge has now been lit, so they'll take that opportunity just to rattle some shots into some tanks that are at the back there. The T-34-88 has now sort of come off the hill, which has kind of given me a little bit of free range push up. You can see a medium tank and this light tank on the right hand side here. So originally I think I was going to try and go for that light tank, but now I'm just going to focus on this medium tank, track him in place there. That's another great feature of this tank, is if you can track a tank out in the open, you can then just permanently track him. With all his shots, you can just keep him tracked. He's going to burn his repair kit, track him again, then he's got nowhere to go for, while his track's repairing, and he's burnt his repair kit for a minute as well. So, it's going to be a sort of bad day to be anybody that's tracked out in the open by this thing. Now we're going to get aggressive now. The score's still fairly even. We're 2 tanks up, but again, I just sort of wanted to get ahead. However, I see this heavy tank on the right hand side. I'm not going to shoot because I don't want to get lit. I just wanted to sort of move into a position where I could stay safe and still get shots. However, I do get lit by this medium tank that comes in trying to YOLO me. I'm getting some shots off on him, and our last shot we're picking up our second kill of the game. That gets rid of that threat. Now I can turn back and pay attention to this heavy tank who has got some shots in. We've actually been the one that's let him up, so we're getting assists for that. That was a poorly aimed shot. That really was bad. Should have aimed in front. However, the heavy tank gets taken out. We do reap the assist from that, which is good. Now I'm going to move up. We spot the SU-152 there. However, I don't think anybody manages to get a shot into him. Then artillery just breaks up, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to get some shots into this guy, break his engine. We push shots into his track, and we managed to get our 3rd kill of the game, taking out artillery, which is always nice. Now you can see there's only 3 tanks left. There's the artillery, the SU-152, which are both back here, and I'm assuming the other artillery is going to be back, the other tank destroyer, is going to be back here as well. But he isn't, he's over on the other side, so on the right side of the map. We're going to go in now, we're going to try and get a shot on the SU-152. He gets a very nice lucky shot into us, but doesn't, I don't think he fully pens there because he didn't really take much damage off us. We get some shots into artillery, but he gets taken out by our friendly Sturm. And now we're just going to push up, and we're going to try and see if we can potentially get some shots in the last remaining tank destroyer. At this point I'm kind of thinking I'm probably not going to get there in time. He's going to get taken up by our friendly light tank and tank destroyer, but you can see he's full health now. He's kind of going up against our challenger, so I'll be very surprised if I manage to get any damage off. However, I do see him, and it just takes time to just stop. He's just been trapped in place. Then a friendly tank gets in the way and blocks our kill shot, but never mind. We're lucky to get some damage off there. And we get the victory, and brings a decent end to the game. So we picked up just over 2.7k damage there. Again, 4 kills in this game and 2.1k assist. And yeah, you can just see how many direct hits there. We got 40 direct hits. We pick up the ace tanker and a high caliber there for our efforts, which was nice. And yeah, that brings an end to the replay and the video. So yeah, my thoughts, the AMX 1357, it's a fun tank, it really is. It can just be hilarious. Like I say, if you didn't want to run sort of the traction system, if you wanted to run something else, that's fair enough. And again, if you wanted to sort of keep, use your health kit instead of octane, again, there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's just you'll see what I mean about the really bad traction, and sort of build, the acceleration, the mobility. It really does struggle without those bits on. But overall, yeah, it's a fun little tank. Like I say, that gun is it's just like a machine gun. It's brilliant. Just you get those shots off, get out, and then run away. And the camo in the view range is pretty decent on it as well. So yeah, it's a fun light tank. And if you haven't got it, it's going to be available for. It's going to have 15% off. I'm not sure what the cost of it will be. I couldn't even sort of hazard a guess. So you'll have to have a look. But it's there on discount if you haven't got it. It's definitely worth getting. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. I'll catch you next time.